Hello everybody, Joe Rojo here, back with another episode of Hollow Knight. I realised last time after doing the Abyss that I'd forgot to add a bit of dialogue at the end of my video for Hornet. As you come back up to the top, she'll be standing there, so I thought I'd add it in to the end of this episode. Or the start of this episode even. So, Ghost, I see you face the place of your birth and now drape yourself in the substance of its shadow. Though our strength is born of similar source, that part of you, that crucial emptiness, I do not share. Funny then that such darkness gives me hope. Within it I see the chance of change. A difficult journey you would face, but a choice it can create: prolong our world's stasis or face the heart of its infection. I'd urge you to take that harder path, but what end may come, the decision rests with you. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all she said. As you could tell, this is actually another post-commentary, or after recording commentary video. It's the rest of the clips from last time's gaming session, basically. I do speed up a lot of it so we can cram all the rest in and get back to me live commentary again. And this way we can actually fit more into our hour. This was actually that path in Crystal's Peak I didn't take earlier on. And it leads to the crystallized mound. This is actually where we get an ability upgrade. Yeah, I goofed this up a bit. I tried to tank the damage and then ended up realizing that wasn't an option. And then I just wait for that crystal smash. And that basically leads you to this guy. Which, if you smash him out, you don't actually free him, but you get this. And Descending Dark is an upgrade to the dive. Or Desolate Dive, if you want to go full name. I do mess up getting this a bit. So I end up just leaving for now and coming back. Obviously I skip to me coming back once I show you where falling down leads to. And it literally just leads to a resting ground. So I skip back up to here in any case, because I value people's time who are watching, and I get the caterpillar this time, or grub even. And then after that I come back to do the Enraged Guardian. Now I do remember a cheese I could do for this, and I did decide to take it because it's there, so why not? And that makes it just as easy as that. And what is behind him, I believe, was a mass fragment. Yep. Another mass fragment. And that was me just showing what I used to achieve that. And now I return to the fungal waste, back to where we couldn't get through last time. And just up here is where Cornerfill was. Ho ho, as odd as much of hollowness can be, there's a whole new level of strangeness about these caves. Did you see the dark gate below? It's quite unsettling to be near. I did my best to avoid it. Fortunate for me, I found another route in, though I did end up a little singed after wading through some acid. And then that map costs 150 geo. There's a large building just below here, out in the middle of a lake. I didn't read that. I tried to head in, but it's become a nest for those slimy, see-through creatures. They're just so gross, and they even give a nasty shock to touch. And then he just repeats the same again. So cut back into speeding up. Unfortunately, I'm sad I didn't activate the bank person I called out below, because I think I showed it below. Yeah, the one my pets hit, because I actually end up losing that geo. This was actually the time I think I mentioned last video I'd lose it. Trying to get a notch, I think it was. I didn't know it was a notch at the time. I assumed it was something worth guarding, but... And that was literally in here. Which I tried going above, and go figure that I end up finding out later on there was a much easier route that would have not had me die. And that was my first stupid mistake. The second mistake was not just going town. Yeah, her. So I do her dialogue, I believe. Hello there, dearie. I was about to close up shop and run till you came along. I provide a losing one's geo is a terrible thing. I don't give enough time to read this one, apparently. Thought I did, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, basically you need 100 to open the account, and at this point I had nothing, so and that is the point I should have gone back to Dirtmouth and just like use GG to get my shade back, but I didn't. Instead went through the long process of coming here, healing up, using these to get, and messing up sometimes to get my soul. And messing up quite a few times. As you can imagine, I was quite frustrated at this point too. Yeah, this is probably now my least favourite area in the game. Like, I probably hate this area most than I have any other area I've been through so far. And I think after this couple, I feel my, yep, this time I feel it. Find out that whole time, I could have just gone through here. And got the notch that way. So I lost my shade and all that geo for nothing. Then we go through this route. Me just double checking if there was anything in there. Doesn't this kingdom just abound with surprises? Sorry about that. Despite the sight, I can't help but feel familiarity. Something stirs in my mind, though I can't tell you what. I'd thought it my lust for discovery that led me here, but now there seems something else. This building beckons me. I'm not sure if I read that bit right, but I can feel it calling. Dare I head in? Yep, and he repeats that, and then I dream now him. Who are you that leads me to this place? And then I hear a grub. Trying to find a way up. As you could tell, I do obsessively collect stuff in games. If I know there's a collectible, I do my best to find it. But in the end, all you have to do is crystal dash from there. And then I realised that this was one of the Dreamers' place, so it should have a bench in, and I called it. I'm pretty sure they all have benches in anyway. Me realising I could have gone under there. And then I dream now of these two. Lost. I think they both just say lost if I remember rightly. Yep. Pretty sure. Save myself there. And then it's just a little challenge to kill these things. And this leads to our last ability, I believe, not including upgrades. Howling Wraiths. I have got an idea for where the upgrade might be for that as well for later on, but I'll leave that for then. Yeah, I accidentally pressed the wrong button there. And that was where that one side in Fog Canyon come into, was just down here. So that's a shorter way you could get here if you're really in a rush, but... Tiny Warrior, then you too come to... a deadly bunch they are, that roost in these glades. I once stayed well clear of them, but your actions have shown me the truth of it. We must face down our fears or be defeated by them. If we both make it through, we can swap stories of our adventures. I'd look forward to that. Stay alive, my friend. Whatever you seek in here, I'm sure that tribe won't look lightly on our intrusion. And that is all he says. He repeats it again. And those enemies, probably my least favorite enemy in this game. Or one of them, I'd say. The primal aphids are probably pretty bad too. After that, I'd say the giant hoppers. If you're wondering what I hear first, one of those little flying things we see in Green Path that always flee. And I'm not going to try read this out fast now, but if you want to read it, I've slowed it down so it's easier to do so. It's basically a couple arguing on which way to go. Have you heard of Hollow Nest's Queen? Apparently these gardens were once her retreat. Now some vicious types are crawling all over the place and the plants have grown wild. As inhospitable as it is, I've enjoyed my travels here. Care to see my work, I think it was. There's a stag station at the heart of these gardens. I would have taken my rest there if someone hadn't gone and locked the door. So yeah. The stag gardens annoyingly is one place that you can't get to straight away here. You've got to travel around near enough the whole place. But there is a bench right here. Me checking everything for collectibles as usual. And then deciding where I want to try go. I think I do try going up first, and then I realise I'm not able to, and then I come back down. You could tell the way I deal with those, I do not like them one bit. But yeah, then I remembered it was closed off because I had seen it on the way down. I just forgot. Oop, hitting the mic again, as per usual. I was actually quite glad the spikes killed it there because I might have actually died if I had to fight that thing properly. And those are the residents and there's a love key there. I remember seeing an opening for it at some point. But those were the traitors we were on about, the people who wouldn't like us being there. This leads back into where we spoke to those, I spoke to that one thing I originally thought was a boss, and it turned out not to be. I also do this quickie whilst I'm here. And then that's that done. Yeah, I do end up just leaving these alone. I realise I'm probably gonna die trying to fight them all, so... Luckily found a bench though. Thought I'd slow this down here because nice view. Gotta appreciate the environment of this game every so often, because it's done pretty well. I quite love the environment in this game for the most part. I think if I remember rightly, this is a path down into Deep Nest. I didn't risk dropping down into Deep Nest because I didn't want to get stuck there and have to go all the way back around again. But literally leads just here to Deep Nest. You can see me debate whether I should risk dropping down. I ultimately decide not to though. A little challenge bit here. Fighting those can actually help you get used to fighting a boss later on, because apart from a move I think, or two moves, those mantis like things actually fight the same as the boss. Yep, grab here. And behind there is actually where our bench is. Stag station even. And then something about a traitor's child sleeping here. I thought I'd slow down now because I don't know what it saw, but that does exist there. It's probably going to be something later on after we beat the boss or something, but for now it literally does nothing. It might remain that way. honestly actually done up to the station before to in my last playthrough to get the stag nest. But I hadn't actually gone any further after getting the station here. You can tell why, but yeah. These things basically go by the whole, if we don't know where we're going, neither do you rule. That's how they tend to catch you off guard. Because they certain as how don't know where they're going. And because of that, neither do you. And you don't really knock them back either. You might with that charm that lets you knock people back further. I don't know what that husk is about either. Probably holds some importance, but I have no idea what for. Yeah, I get hit by a few of these just trying to take them out on the way up. But that's a worm there. And I think I did try later on, I don't think you could break through to the other side of that. The only way to get there is by doing the boss first. It's actually where I end up needing those things. But occasionally I do need to charge myself for my spouse or my healing. Little one, I found it, the stag nest where I was born and raised. I've yet to go there again. My duty binds me to travel only where I am called, but if you wish to see it yourself, I could take you there. None may remain to welcome us, but the nest is still a sight to behold. Give me the word and we will. I'm guessing just leave for that. You could read that properly through if you want now. Before you rang the bell, I'd almost forgotten this station existed. It was not often used by the common bug, being a well-guarded retreat for our late queen. Even as overgrown as they've become, these gardens are still beautiful after all this time. I'm sure the queen would be happy to see it. And then just the usual eager to travel line. Being back in my old home, I feel the weight of my long life bearing down on me. I carry it proudly though. Wherever I travel, the memories of my family and my kind come with me. And an eager to travel line again. Me just trying to dream now, son. And you get a vessel fragment here. I think the last one is literally for the dream essence. For the vessel. And even though he thinks he's the last of his kind, the cool part is this, if you inspect this, an empty eggshell. So one of the stag beetle eggs, it hints that they've actually hatched. So he might very well not be the last of his kind. Although depending how they reproduce, unfortunately that might not last. But look on the bright side, he's not the last of his kind. There's a happy thought. And this leads to the Howling Cliffs. So there's a shortcut cut back to, was it a dream boss up there? I'm pretty sure. I think that's the first time I showed the shadow version of that dive. What do you think of my old home, little one? It was full of life once, stags coming and going, swapping stories of the places they'd been and passengers they'd met. For a long time now, I've considered myself the only one remaining, the last stag. But being in the nest again, there's something in the air, a smell of or warmth, or a presence perhaps. Could it be other stags have made their way out into the wider world? Yes, I will hold on to that hope. My kin's still alive, still out there, journeying beyond these lands. But for me, I could never abandon the stagways, not as long as passengers still need them. I can tell you still have important work to do. I will be your companion as long as my old body still serves. Let's enjoy the old stagways of this kingdom together a little longer. Being back in my own home, I feel the weight of my long life bearing down on me. I carry it proudly though, wherever I travel, the memories of my... Yeah, I didn't realise it was a new dialogue there until I was finishing reading it then either. But if you want to read that last slight alteration, you're welcome to go back and pause it and then carry on. And then I continue with Queen's Garden. I believe after beating Nosk and Grim in the next episode is what I'm gonna try to do. I'm probably gonna start doing the Dreamers. Get some of them out of the way. Maybe get one of the endings done whilst we're at it. Oh, the Queen is coming. I'll read this again. I actually left this in here, but I believe I actually failed this fight. I just couldn't get into the rhythm of it, so I thought I'd leave it for another time. Yeah, I kept misjudging when it was gonna go was the problem. Otherwise it'd probably be a really easy fight. It's basically a ping pong game. And honestly, if I gave it another go, I probably would get it. But at this time, I just wanted to get to the end of this area, clear it out. And then I decided I might as well just save those for the whole compilation. I did have a debate of doing it again though, but I was in no rush for the essence. And hopefully it should still give the same speech, if not you can read it through this time. Yeah, I don't think I sped these bits up. I think I had the space past what I'd already sped up. So to actually properly enjoy the soundtrack and stuff, or appreciate the environment, I believe I left this unsped. Not all of it is, I think a few bits later on are sped up again, but yeah, I believe I tried going up here first. And this was then I realised you couldn't. So I end up just going around. Yeah, I have to kill stuff more at the moment because of that big chunk of jade I lost. But it actually hurts me a little because I also need, I think it's 12,000 for each unbreakable version of those breakable charms we have. And some of them are actually the fragile charms, that was it, and some of them are actually useful. Mainly the one that increases attack power. Whenever you see me stopping bits like that, I'm basically just taking a drink, innit? I will admit as well, at this point I wasn't 100% sure which way was which. Not until I looked up here, I believe. Yeah, I decided against messing with the spikes there. Yeah, I debate about messing with that for the Geo, but I think I actually give up in the end. Yeah, about now. Yeah. Oh no, I do give it another try. Couldn't lure it out though. I wanted it away from those spikes. Yeah, and that fall down there was an accident. It may not have looked like it, but king of mistakes here. Yeah, I really hate when games like this decide to give you such a small little bit to precisely go for. And just up here is a boss. As usual fashion, I think I lose it the first time. Just on a few misjudges there. And then our friend comes to help us. Yeah, that was meant to be a downward strike, I remember that. Yeah, this thing hits hard too. I think it's 2 damage a time, wasn't it? Maybe. But yeah, I think I lost another time after that, and then I upload my third try here. Equipped a few different stuff to give it a try with. Yeah, that's what got me the second time. unfortunately, how this site ends is with the death of our good old friend here. And that was my little oh no moment. I mourned him a little. Poor guy. I encourage him to fight and he dies for it. Yeah, I do check up there again. It's me just, as usual, seeing if there's anything up places. I know if you just scale it right, you can jump up and catch the thorns by doing a downward strike. From there, you can actually just bounce off of it, but there ends up clearly being nothing up there. Protect. All those dead mantis traitors, though, down at the bottom by him. And who she was protecting was a white lady, which turned out if you have the Defender's Charm, she actually gives a special bit of dialogue afterwards. Oh, one arise, walks to find me. Did it seek my aid, or did the path carry it by chance to so pertinent a place? It is true that you were awaited. No, perhaps that is inaccurate. True, one like you was awaited. I have a gift, held long for one of your kind, half of a whole. When united, great power is granted, and on the path ahead, great power it will need. And this is how you get half of the, is it King's Soul or something like that? You eventually turn it into something called a Voidheart to so it can access a mine, then the steel shall break before its blade. That scent does never travel with you. Is that you, Orgrim, my mighty knight? Orgrim. I cannot see you, but then time has clouded my eyes and I cannot see much. Even your booming voice falls silent upon me. Only this small one I register, if maybe because it shares some piece of myself, this one stands clear upon a misted world. Ah, but my, that potent smile does recall such joyous memory. Only a short moment we had together, compared to ruin now endured, but what shining times they were. I am grateful you would visit, even if to see me in somewhat faded form. Yeah, I didn't realise she gave a new dialogue there. It faced a gendered child. I think that's right. She's a fierce foe, strong in mind and body, striking reflection of her mother. Didn't make that. I never begrudged a worm. I have no idea what that says. If your paths were ever to align, I imagine you might gain yourself a powerful ally. Yeah, sorry I didn't quite read that right, but within my roots the weakening of the vessel I plainly feel. Only two obvious outcomes there are from such a thing. The first is inevitable on current course regression. The second I find preferable and would seek your aid in its occurrence replacement. I implore you, usurp the vessel. Its supposed strength was ill-judged. It was tarnished by an idea instilled, but you are free of such blemishes. You could contain that thing inside. I'll offer fair warning, the vessel may itself be weak, but it is much empowered by the force within. To claim its role requires strength of some magnitude. Prepare yourself well before attempting attack. Prepare well, but don't dally. Were the vessel to break prematurely, the plague would unleash with rage and power built up of ages chained. Damn, I didn't give myself enough time to read any of that. And it's the same dialogue for that. But yeah, if you want to read the whole dialogue, you just go back and pause it. I kind of couldn't keep up with it. I thought I gave myself enough time when doing it, but apparently I read faster in my head than out loud. Which I have a feeling is because I'm so used to reading in my head rather than out loud. It's rare I ever read out loud normally, so it's probably got something to do with it. Yeah, and then I do manage to pogo up there, but as you can see, there's nothing up there. But he is here. Wow, now that was something. A true battle of mighty warriors, so intense, so climactic. It's really everything I could have ever hoped for. Thanks for all your help, my friend. For a tiny bug, you set a valiant example. We'll meet again, I'm sure of it. Poor guy. One last mourn for him. Or a bow. I gave him a bow. I swear, there's so many times I try parrying those things, forgetting you cannot parry them. Parry, whatever it is. It's not possible in any case. Those things always catch me off guard. I think they're going to shoot one way and then they shoot a different way. And I do come back to what's up there in a minute, but I check out here first. And what was out here, I believe, is one of these. Which I end up doing whilst I'm here. Which I'm surprised I didn't speed this up, to be fair, but oh well. Too late now. We're near the end. Yep, and that's the end of that. And then I believe I just instantly take us to the next part. Or I speed it up, one or the other. No, I just walk there. And then speed it up, because I do fail quite a few times. It's too bad you can't actually cancel a crystal dash. Or at least I don't think you can. Yeah, as I said, this is why I speed it up, because I failed quite a few times. And so almost had it then, and I see the spikes and then hesitate, and because of that I fail. A lot of my fails actually come down to I hesitated, so I died. Yeah, I thought I'd cut it because I went back, got some health by killing those things floating across the acid. And then I come back here. And I think this is the time I actually do it. First try as well of coming back. And then it's just getting back down. That I think is the rest of the video. I think I left this so I had time for a farewell. But yeah, next episode should be a live recording again. Like a live commentary rather than me watching through it and commenting as I go along. But in any case, this is the end of the episode now enough, so I hope you enjoyed. We should be coming near the end of this soon, or wrapping up, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye now.